Hello again, amazing teachers. It's Ellie with another Wellness Wednesday workshop for you. Um, Today we're going to talk a little bit more about pain that we get in the neck and head and hopefully give you some strategies to mitigate that. I've also been really thinking a lot about honoring our own trauma, um, secondary trauma, sometimes called compassion fatigue. So even for those of us who haven't experienced personal loss due to these just incredible times. We're still experiencing the trauma of it. And obviously, you, as caretakers of so many children, are dealing with all of that. So, the stress of that is metabolized by your body. So all of stress that happens, whether it's physical stress to our muscular system or stress to the nervous system or emotional stress, it gets it gets processed by our physical cells, and so that's why when we don't metabolize it all the way, it gets stuck and we get really tight and sore in different places, because on a cellular level we are actually taking in that input from our nervous system. So it's really important to physically process all of that. And that's why stretching techniques and breathing techniques are so important, to keep stuff moving so that we don't bury it, but we process it all the way and then eliminate the waste product. So, wow, the sun is just coming out just perfectly. So hopefully I'm going to give you some tools for doing that. So I just invite you to take that compassionate, self-compassionate um, posture that we took last time with our hands on the heart, and go ahead and get in touch either with your heartbeat or with your breath, or just grounding through your body, feeling the touch of your body on the seat or your feet on the ground. Just really get a sense of your body in space for a moment. And while you do that, I'm going to show you a picture of some of the neck muscles. So you can see that we're working with a ton of muscles here in the neck, in the back of the neck, and also in the head and scalp. It's kind of incredible. So keep feeling that gesture of love toward yourself. But see all these muscles that work in concert. And I also just wanted to highlight this one muscle, the occipitofrontalis, which means it goes from the front to the occiput here. It's a one huge long line, and there's lots of fascia and lots of muscle in here. And so when we've got really tight neck, almost always the muscles that are nearby are also super tight. So we're going to take that gesture and we're just going to take it to the face. So really allow yourself to feel the comfort. You can even cover the eyes, but I would invite you to really cover your whole forehead. And then go ahead and take it to the sides of the face. This is really a gesture that invites us to feel caring and compassionate toward ourselves. It's very soothing, something we might do to a small child. And then go ahead and cover your eyes for a moment. Soften the skin around the eyes. Imagine that your eyeballs could sink deeper into their sockets. And then from here, we're going to take oh dear, this sun is really becoming a problem. Let's see, sorry. Maybe we'll try that. Hopefully that helps a little bit. Okay, so then we're going to take the hands and kind of do a wiping motion. So I'm, again, using fairly firm pressure. And this frontalis muscle does a lot. So especially when you're constantly teaching on Google Meet, you're using huge facial expressions. You are using this muscle all the time. So I like to wipe it side to side and really like pulling the skin. So I don't know if you can see, I'm really going ahead and pulling pretty firmly here. And you can take the middle fingers and press up into the forehead here, right in between the eyebrows. Just take them all the way around the side. Go ahead and take them all the way down the temple. You can even pull the skin here. Don't be afraid to move your skin in funny ways. And then take those circles. We did a lot of that circular motion with the flats of our fingers up along the hairline. And then we're gonna do this kind of a raking motion. Again, we're not combing, we're actually trying to get the skin. So sort of like that funny trick where you try to pretend like you have a wig on, like, look at my wig, I'm moving it. This is incredibly relaxing for the scalp muscles. Remember that frontalis, occipitofrontalis goes all the way. It's your mohawk muscle. So you can take this and just feel it all the way around the ridge. And we're going to just wipe down, again, the sides. Now we're going to take a Vulcan grip and just come on the sides of the ear. So here, this is easier to see. And go ahead and pull down. So there, we'll do a full facial massage for the lymphatic system a little bit later. But right now we're just going to do a few. And if you notice that you've got tightness in the jaw, I really encourage you to get in here, right in front of the ear. Don't dig in. You're not trying to hurt yourself. Remember, we are always really, really sensitive to that difference between discomfort and pain. We're just making some soft motions. We don't really even want to cause discomfort here. We want to achieve kind of that soft, tingly feeling. So take your fingertips, make circles, the backs of the ears here behind this. Okay, so that's good. You can do this as much as you want. Another good technique when you are feeling really tense is to take your fingers up and just kind of grab and then release if you're into grabbing your hair and pulling it. Okay, so I'm going to turn around so you can see my neck here. Hopefully you can. This sun is making it more challenging. Please go away for a minute. Okay, so I'm going to take my hands again, the flat fingers, and I'm going to do a wiping motion up the back. Penny, please, can you please go to the backyard? Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to just take my fingers and wipe all the way up. And the thing that I really want you to know about these neck muscles is that they come all the way up into the scalp, all the way up sort of to the midpoint of the ear. So it's really important to go ahead and honor that and really work into here. So we're going to do that circular motion and then up and down. So circles and then up and down. And I'm coming back behind the ears here. You can see I'm making my way back to the front. So again, I'm kind of digging in just enough to feel the bone structure underneath the muscles, wiggling up and down. Great. And again, just so wiping, just a gentle motion. I really, really like to follow up a lot of this work with just holding on to my upper trapezius muscles here and pulling them down, just telling my body it is safe to relax. And so when we are constantly experiencing some kind of low-level trauma, it's really hard to get the nervous system to calm down and know that it's safe. So in the interest of helping us metabolize that by acknowledging the difficult circumstances that are going on, we're going to do a short tapping meditation, which if you've never done tapping, it works with several points on the body. So the side of the hand, the eyebrow, the side of the eye, under the nose, under the mouth, under the collarbones, under the armpit about 3 inches down, and then the top of the head. And what I love about tapping is that the premise of it is to acknowledge whatever difficult circumstance you would like to move out of without ignoring it, without shoving it away. You say, this is true, and I'm interested in reminding myself that I am safe. So Rick Hansen talks a lot about our 3 basic needs, which are safety and satisfaction and connection. So we want to feel safe a lot of the time. Well, we need to feel safe and satisfied and connected in order to have like optimal health. And that can be tricky when we're dealing with this. Okay, I'm moving it back here now. Oh, you guys are so flexible. Okay, so in order to meet those needs for ourselves, we have to kind of be aware of two things at the same time. So whenever we want to be able to grow something in our life, in our mind, in our world, um, we have to experience that thing, and then we have to internalize it. So if we want to grow compassion, we have to experience the sensation of compassion for somebody, acknowledge that that's happening, and then stay with that acknowledgement. Really let it get into the body for at least one breath, as long as you can, is ideal. So, and then we know that, so Dan Siegel talks about how neurons that fire together wire together. So whenever we're having a difficult moment, anytime we can acknowledge that difficulty and also acknowledge that at the same time I feel safe or satisfied or connected to something, that helps us feel both of these things at the same time and not totally identify with the negative input that's going on. So we're trying to have an experience, notice it, stay for at least a breath or two, and try to be aware of positive material in addition to the negative material. Negative material is pain, sadness, overwhelm, difficulty with inputting grades, frustration with Google, not being able to serve our children in certain ways and feeling overtaxed in other ways, right? So there's so much negative, we can come up with it, and we're hardwired to look for that negative. So we're going to work really hard to be aware of the positive material, feeling safe and protected, capable, resilient, loved, creative. So please feel free to just feel how appreciated you are by me, by so many other families that I talk to, and hopefully you feel supported and loved by people at home and around you. So I hope that your children are giving you lots of positive feedback, because you guys are all just hitting home runs constantly. So here we are. I should have probably had you doing some kind of shoulder rolling or something. So let's go ahead and just roll our shoulders back and forward a few times. Become aware of our seat again. And this is a super, super fast tapping. It's not typical, but feel free to Google. Sometimes it's called emotional freedom technique, EFT tapping. Sometimes Nick and Jessica Ortner have a website called The Tapping Solution. I love these things. So first we start with the karate chop point, and you can do this with both hands or just one hand. I mean, the karate chop point is one hand, but the rest of the points you can do with both hands or one. It's up to you. It doesn't matter which side of the body you're working on. So we'll just do 2 rounds of this. So I invite you to repeat in your mind or aloud. Even though there's so much discord in the world right now, I choose to feel courage. And then twice more on the side of the hand here. Even though the world feels so overwhelming, I choose to feel love in my body. Even though I'm holding on to so much stress and anxiety, it's safe to relax and to feel safe now. And then we'll tap through the rest of the points and tune into the energy of the words that I'm cueing. These are very short. So on the eyebrow point here, which is just above and inside of the eyebrow, courage on the side of the high, hope under the eye gently, peace under the nose, love under the mouth, courage on the collarbones, hope under the arm, peace, top of the head, love. And just one more time through the points. Eyebrow, courage, side of the eye, hope under the eye, peace, under the nose, love under the mouth, courage, collarbone, hope under the arm, peace, top of the head, love. Go ahead, take your hands into your lap. Take a gentle breath in and let everything go. When we feel better, we can do better. So I hope that you guys feel a little bit better right now, and I will see you next time.